So, yeah, can you just give me, wait, I got to start the screen share too, so you can follow me, because else
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just talking to the screen. So, you should be able to see everything now, right?
Yes, wait a second. Go, I got it.
That's weird. There we go. It should work, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, the way I usually start off any of the coaching sessions that I do is I just want you to walk me through you as a player. What do you feel like you are doing well right now? What are the points you are struggling with? And then, I guess, what is the goal set that we have in mind? So, you give me a brief introduction, but I'll let you take the word and I'll ask some questions.
Okay, so my problem is most of the time, if I get early ganked and playing from behind, I most likely lose the lane. And if I win my lane and try to get the lead on the map, that's also a big problem for me. Like I try to get the lead on the map with my team, but most likely sometimes it feels I can't do anything, even if I hard stomp my lane. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Few things that I'll point out. One thing I'm noticing is that we have a relatively lower number of CS in general. The bread and butter, I would say, for any solo laner, like if you watch Karate Kid, you're wax on, wax off. The pure foundation, as like foundational as you can get, is last hitting. If you are better at last hitting, so just farming minions, as than your opponent, you're going to be just being in a better position. If you learn to get towards 8 to 9 CS per minute, you're like always going to be in a much better position. So one of the first goals that I will set for you is genuinely just super focus on last hitting. That is a skill that is very easy to train by yourself. It's completely in your control. And as you'll see throughout this coaching, some phrases that I'll use multiple times is that League of Legends is a game that is based on past experiences. It's very hard sometimes to just see a play and be like, okay, you have to do this and this, because there's some experience or some knowledge that is lacking, right? If we're talking about items, if we're talking about champion interactions, or where you should be on the map, all that stuff. But some things that are in your control is last hitting. So that's always a big point that I will be making.
Yes.
And we're going to focus on that. And then paired with that is a lower amount of death. All the champions you play right now, on average, you're dying more than you're getting kills. And more deaths also goes hand in hand with lower farm.
Okay, so most likely my farm should be around, like that number should be around 8 and 9.
Well, that's like a goal set, right? I'm not saying right now that I expect where the
Yes,
level
yes,
you're
yes,
at
but
right now. Yes,
that would be good. Okay,
yes,
okay.
that would be
Okay.
the point where I want you to start striving towards. And we can set some benchmarks for that. So, for example, what we have is I can set a 10-minute benchmark, right? So, lighting phase. If you have, let's say, 35 at minute 10,
Yes.
then you're doing good. And if you have 80 at minute 10, you're doing, right, this is like very good. And if you have 85 plus at minute 10, you're doing amazing. You're genuinely doing everything you're supposed to do. Sub 80,
Okay.
75, I'm not gonna be like, it's bad, but this is a great like foundation to start working from the laning phase.
Okay.
Then one question I would have, and this is probably going to be different from game to game, but perhaps you can think back and spot some patterns. Do you feel like most of your deaths are in the laning phase or are in the mid to late? Or is it just dependent on the game?
I think it's like in the middle or end. Like if I get the lead, sometimes I'm overextending also. Like you know, I get T1, I put back, get my item, get maybe half a next item, and then I'm watching the map. And sometimes I'm so focused, then I get punished by 3 people on top lane. And the problem is sometimes I don't watch the map and we don't get anything from that. So a lot of other coaches told me I have to watch what they're doing on the map.
Yeah.
And sometimes I try to get like for example, I play Alois. 4 people are on me, and like on silver, the people don't start Baron, they don't get T2 in mid, they don't take bottom lane anything. And sometimes I'm overextending, and then I get like stupid
Makes
2 or
sense,
3
yeah.
deaths. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Okay, and then I remember you saying one thing, you feel like you get ganked often in the early lane, or you mentioned dying in the early lane to ganks.
Yeah, it's getting better because like also like from your videos or like coaches told me the timers from junglers, like it's 3:15 full clear.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's longer for my elo. Sometimes they're ganking earlier, but like right now I'm most likely watching the wave state. Depends also on the matchup. Sometimes I'm preparing ganks, like freezing the wave with 4 minions and stuff. But if I get ganked early, or if I don't trade good and I get ganked, then most of the time I'm losing my lane because I'm playing from behind. That's also a big issue for me.
100%. So there is a statement that I will make. I don't know if you've ever heard me say it, but it's the statement that I'll be making very often. That is, your first 4 waves in top lane matter the most. In most of the rest of the laning phase is going to be a result of how those first 4 waves in top lane went. So based on all you've said, you'd probably agree with that, right?
Yes.
So we're going to really hyper-focus on getting you a blueprint on how to basically have a more consistent approach on those first 4 waves, and then we'll expand from that. So I want to mainly dive into the laning phase for most of these VODs, but if you also have a VOD where you win your lane, we can also talk more about mid to late.
I think the first one I'm winning. I think the first 2 are winning, and the last one against Riven I'm losing.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but the thing is also good about the second one. Like there's the thing, I'm winning, but in the end I'm losing the whole game because like I said, I can't do anything. I try to get the lead on the map, but in my opinion there's nothing I can do. But I think you can see what I can make, maybe where I can make the difference to win the game, you know?
Absolutely. We'll get there.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Do you have any questions before we go into the VODs?
Not at all. No.
Okay. Perfect. So let's head to the first one. And there's kind of a step, like, process of what I do when I'm loading into the game. So right now I actually can't see it because I think this is Olaf, but this is the things I'm looking at. So basically, like, a goal of let's say the structure of approaching first 4 waves. The first thing I do is check my opponent's setup plus, let's say, matchup. Check matchup.
Yes.
And scout his summoners, runes, and item start. When possible, you can only do this when you see him, right? Then check the 2v2 topside early. And see if we can get an early ward. And then the last question is, and this is basically what it all leads to, can we play for priority level 1? Now, this is going to be a bit like controversial to how you're probably playing right now, but very often how you want to approach those early game wave states in top lane are going to be around your matchup in the first place, but second of all, and very important, also around the jungle pathing. Yes, so dependent, yeah.
Like you mean the jungle tracking where the jungle starts?
Exactly.
Okay.
And there are going to be multiple scenarios where I'm sure we're going to have some examples of. So here we can't see Olaf's setup, but I see a Ghost, so I assume he's playing Flash Ghost, and then Conqueror Inspiration or Conqueror Resolve, and then we have Mundo Viego. Now, of course, you also get an experience from this, but what I would say is that Mundo is a very weak early game jungler in skirmishes, Viego is a little bit stronger, and Olaf and Set are both very strong in the early game, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be a matter of execution. I'm going to mute you. And then, so we have some information here. You've opted for a Doran Shield. It's a little bit more of a passive setup, but that's completely fine. You get more sustain.
Most likely I'm starting with that because, I don't know, I feel safer. Like maybe if I play against Nasus or other laners who are weak early, I play
D-Blade?
Yeah, the Blade, but otherwise I go for Shield all the time.
Okay, that's totally sensible, and I think that's completely fine. I completely get where you're getting from. And then another thing that I would like to add is what I look for every game, if I can, is to try and get a ward down on their early starting position. So we're gonna have 2 ways for Set to enter into their topside jungle to get a ward on blue side. So we're blue side right now, right? This is the blue side position. You can either get a ward through going for this route, or a ward through this route. Now, Set against Olaf, I would say that Olaf beats you in the extended fight simply because he's also super strong level 1. So I already wouldn't want to take this route. Against a, let's say you're playing into like a Nasus or a Kayle with the examples you mentioned, you are more than free to walk through this route and see if you can either get a trade. If no trade, you look for a ward in the early game.
Okay.
And else you can opt. It's not a mandatory to look for a ward either here or here. And the main purpose of getting this ward done is to see where enemy jungle is starting, especially if we want to look for priority in the early game. So, painting a picture, let's see, we put a ward down right here.
Yes.
And we see the Viego is starting here.
Yes.
What's very often going to happen is that he's going to be pathing into the bot side, right? Into a full clear. And that already means that in the early game, we have a lot more opportunity to play aggressive because we don't have to be scared of gank tires by this Viego because we know his starting position.
But how do you know if he's not like cheese ganking on level 2 or 3?
Good question. Those have timers too. And the thing is, let's say we see a ward here, we have a ward here, and we know starting rep buff, and then he's going to Krugs after very often, right?
Yes.
If he then goes rep buff, Krugs, Raptors, the most standard play would be for him to go to Wolves afterwards, right? You said you jungled a little bit as well. If he then has to go from Raptors all the way to top, which you refer to as the cheese gank, your main job is literally to survive. This can happen, but they are pretty rare instances. And if you're more scared of that, then I would ward this. But coming back to that point, is this ward is good mostly when you want to play for priority. Let's say your goal in the matchup, because remember, that's the question we're leading towards, right? Is can we play for priority level 1? Because that's the scouting we do through this. If you decide, I don't need to play for priority level 1, this ward pretty much helps out your teammates, but you don't necessarily need it, as you can't get early ganked anyways, because you're looking to get pushed in.
Okay.
So I would just make your decision level 1. Do I want to make... Because you can already decide right now if you want to play for priority or not, right? You're playing Set. I would argue that he's amongst, let's say, like top 5 strongest level 1 champions, because you basically have 2 abilities because of your passive, right? You always do 2 auto attacks. There's very few champions that can deal with you in the early game. You can kill all of level 1 as well if you go W start, but I don't want to go too in depth on that.
So who's like just for me, who's strong? I think Tryndamere.
Tryndamere probably is a good one.
Just for me to know.
Yeah, you even beat Warwick with the W full on in. Darius, you could beat.
You sure?
I've played the matchup against Warwick. If you have D-Blade and Ignite and you go W start, you beat him, but you do have to land the W.
Okay.
But you don't have to go like these limit testing, right? Like it's
I know, but it's good for me. It's good to know for me, so I can change something. Like right now, I'm only playing, or most likely 99% I'm playing with TP.
Yeah.
But I also want to adjust and also want to play Ignite and one day, so I can maybe be a stronger top laner to
look for kills. Because
yes.
With this setup, what it screams to me kind of is you're more so playing your lane right now to go even instead of playing to win. I think that's an accurate statement, right?
Yes.
And I believe
I try on to end.
Exactly.
Maybe get kills and look for good TP for Drake. Maybe Baron side laning.
Okay, I don't like that. That's too far.
Okay.
Because we did establish like the first 4 waves are most important for our laning phase, right?
Okay.
So I think you deciding your rune to like have potential dragon plays, I think is faulty. But the idea, so you're kind of playing a champion right now, as in Set, that wants to win lane. Your champion kind of is built to win lane, right? You're a stat check heavy champion, you want to build lane. Now, I don't think it's faulty to have the mindset right now and getting more used to the game that you want to play more so to, you're kind of playing to not lose instead of playing to win. But that's fine, you're more so new to the game, you're getting the hang of it, but you definitely do want to try and switch it around. For example, if you go Doran's Blade and Ignite, this guy has to be super careful for you in the early game.
Okay.
And so it kind of switches the way you want to play. But that's all good. Back to this point. So, if you can invade this bush right here, tiny detail as well, I would prefer to do it at around 110. The reason we do that this timer is because then the minions have already spawned, and if you were to trade with your opponent, they cannot really recall anymore. If and else, you just walk in, you get your ward down, and you look for priority. Otherwise, if you're too scared of this, what you could do is go through this pathing, right? They have a Cassio Viego, they can't really stop you, then you can get a ward down right here or here. And then by process of elimination, you always know where enemy jungle is starting. Because let's say you have a ward here, right? But you don't see him starting there, that obviously means he's starting here.
Yes. Is the ward long enough so I can see him pathing to the red, or is it just
usually not
expire?
Unless they do a fast clear to top, the ward will expire.
Okay.
But that still gives you plenty enough of information, right? Because then you have a pretty accurate understanding where the jungler's at. And then lastly, on the red side, it's very similar. Usually I take this route. If they're defending, I don't look for it. If they're not defending, I put the ward right here, and I have the same idea.
Okay.
And what I want to get towards now is the concept of strong side, weak side. Are you at all familiar with these terms?
I just hear it already, but I'm not pretty sure like when I'm the strong side and when I'm the weak side.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it and make it simplified, because if we go to too much theory, you're gonna start second guessing every step you make. The baseline is, let's say we're painting a jungle right now. This is where Viego starts.
Yes.
This is where Mundo starts.
Yes.
In the early game, Mundo is pathing like this, and Viego very often is pathing like this, right?
Yes.
This means you are strong side. Now, why is that? Because in the early game, your jungler will be coming towards top side, and enemy jungler will be bot side.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Yes, makes
now,
sense.
The follow-up to that is, if you are strong side, that is also kind of going to change how you want to be playing in the laning phase. In the sense that, if you are strong-sided, and you lose half your HP, but Olaf also loses half his HP, you benefit because your jungler is top side. So he can look to punish that.
Okay.
Similarly, right, if you are weak-sided, but you're still playing as if you're strong-sided, then you open yourself up to ganks.
Ah, I see. Okay. So, right now I'm the strong side and bottom is weak side. But if both junglers are pathing to the top,
very good question. Then we call it neutral, and it's dependent on execution.
The traits.
And of course, yeah, the traits. But if you then have priority, for example, and you're at level 4 and they're ganking you, and your jungler's there too, then you probably win.
Okay.
So now we get to the point, remember at the very start where I mentioned you want to play your wave states around a matchup, right? So I asked myself, level 1 priority, yes or no? But then the second step to that is, I also want to play the wave states depending on how the junglers are pathing. So there's kind of a harmony to be had here. So I split it up in like a second wave crash, a third wave crash, and a fourth wave crash. I won't go super in depth on all of these, because then in the next hour I'm going to be talking about scenarios here without really having any visual examples. The baseline is this. If you can look for priority in the early game, but you're scared of getting ganked, either level 3 or level 4 gank, you can always look for the wave 2 crash, because this is the fastest way to basically make the wave bounce back into you.
Yes.
So let's say Mundo's pathing like this, you're playing into this matchup, you're able to get priority, but enemy jungle is coming into top side, you do a second wave crash, the wave will bounce back into you. That means you're not forced to walk up for last hits. Whenever you're not forced to walk up for last hits, you can farm for free.
Yes.
That's it. Wave 3 crash. Yeah, sorry?
I just got one question because of that crashes. Like, that's also a problem for me. That's also Talking told me. I'm trying sometimes to get like you said, the wave under the tower so it bounce back. Right?
Yes, sir.
And sometimes I feel like I got a priority and try that, but like my wave is stacking in front of the tower. You know what I mean? Like
I know exactly what you mean, and I'm certain.
And then I'm fucked, and he's level 4 and I'm level 3.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting there for my wave, and that's like the worst wave state. And like I got priority, but after that, like my whole priority is gone.
I'm certain we'll get to that scenario, but I'll also tell you exactly how to fix that permanently for yourself. I can tell it to you right now, but I have no visual example because we'd have to be there. But basically what you do is, whilst you're laning here, right? And you're deciding if you should slow push or hard push the wave that's here right now.
Yes.
What you always do is you take a look at your mini-map and you check where your next wave is at. Because that's also where enemy next wave is at.
Yes, yes. And that I'm trying that. I'm trying to. Yes.
Okay, good. So then you already have the habit. Now it's a matter of implementing it. So that's good then. What else? I was yapping about the early game crashes. I won't go too in depth on that because I feel like we've gotten all theory right now. Thus far, do you feel like it's been it's been pretty logical, right? My whole goal.
Yeah, that's good. It's also the what. Like I want to try that because like I just saw it in your videos, but I never tried it myself. Like I'm just like you said, I'm trying to get priority. Maybe sometimes I try to freeze it, and then I just go on the river and what there like at minute 2:30 or 3 minutes, so I know if the jungler is coming.
Yeah.
But like I think it's way more better, like you said, if I know, and it's for my team even better, if I know if the jungler is starting red side or blue side, and if he's jungling to the top or to the bot lane.
Yeah, perfect. Because all you have to do is get that ward down and just verify where is he starting. That's all you need, right? Because the thing is, you're gonna have to focus on so many things at once right now. Ultimately, all these like fundamentals are gonna be played out in harmony, right? That's the goal. You want to be able to track the junglers whilst playing to your level up timers and knowing which crash to do and setting up your reset timers, all this stuff, right? It's going to be a lot while still playing your matchup and trading and all that good stuff. So just the baseline right now of what I want you to do is, if you can, get the ward down and just verify for yourself where the jungler's pathing.
Is it better to go like from the tri-bush on the top, or like where Ari is standing? Like, what's my pathing?
I would prefer to go into this bush if I'm allowed to level 1. Because you also get the potential to early trade with your opponent.
Okay, how often you can do that? But most likely, if they're good, they're just covering it, don't they?
Yeah, but then they'll be walking away. Because if I see a set walking into me level 1, I'm dipping. Because set beats almost every champion level 1, right?
Okay.
And if they're, no, I don't know, on Facebook something, then, I mean, you're chilling.
Okay.
And then also one reminder, let's say you trade with them here. You might not have enough time to walk all the way here. So you ward either this, or you just ward this push.
Okay.
But you'll figure it out for yourself as well, and what feels good and what doesn't feel good.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna go dive in some more theory. Are you at all familiar with how to track junglers? I don't want to go super in depth on it, but
like I tried it a bit, but I think if I can do that, I would be way higher my elo, because like I wouldn't get ganked that much.
Okay.
Yes.
It's 3 steps. First step. Okay, no, that's number 3. First step is the ward. That's it. Because we want to know what position he's starting in, right? So we just need the ward, either here or here. Or here, rather. Then the second step is it's counting CS. It sounds very complicated, but it's very simplistic.
I did that already. When like I said, I just jungled a lot. I also got jungle coaching, but
do you know how much farm every camp gives?
I think at the end, like I just know if he's full cleared, it's 28, I guess.
There you go. Right. Yes, that's a full clear. That means 7 camps, because every camp in the game, even dragons, give 4 CS. I think grubs give 2 each, so grub's the only exception, but a herald would give 4. So if you take a rep off, it's 4 CS. Crux is 4 CS. A gromp is also 4 CS. So if he's taken 3 camps, and a scuttle, that is 28.
Okay.
So, and that's the third habit. Every time you see a jungler on the map, you press tab. And you check his CS.
Okay, I see. But you do it like only in the early or in the mid game, because then you have to
no, mid game it doesn't matter anymore, right? Because we're playing a completely different game at that point. But in the early game, it's very linear. Because if we verify that he starts here, and then he ganks bot at 330 with 28 CS.
Yes.
What's he gonna do after the recall?
He's coming to top again, because he
for
wants
these
to
2
clear
camps, right?
Maybe for a gank, yes.
And then he ganks mid with 36 CS. You know exactly everything he's done. Because 28 plus 2 camps against 36, you know exactly what he's been doing. And then you also know he's going to be going here next. Now, this sounds super simplistic, and in a way it is, but these are habits that you have to start ingraining to become more so into your autopilot system, right? Because it's going to be a lot of things, like, there's so many actions happening in League of Legends, so eventually you'll ingrain this, but these are kind of the steps that you want to build in order to start tracking the junglers. Lastly, theory. Level up timers. Are you familiar with the timers on which you level up? Because they are consistent every game, and there's very few things that are consistent in League every game. So
yeah, I know them, like the 7th melee, I guess.
Sorry? So level 2 is what? 6 CS plus 1 melee, you said? Okay. One iteration to that. Do you know it's also 5 CS plus 1 melee? As in 3 melees, 2 casters, and 1 melee, and this is because melee give more XP than caster. One example.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Also this level 3. If it's not there right now, you don't know it, and that's completely fine, because I've coached massive players that didn't know, so don't feel ashamed. First 2 waves, plus 2 melee. Very important. This is good for you to memorize, because especially a champion like Sett, if you play actively with your cooldowns to a level up timer, that will result in solo kills so often. Incredibly often. And then level 4, It's not too important anymore. It's first 3 waves plus 3 melee and 1 caster, but even this is still important to memorize, because I'll probably see in this game how these level timers matter. And from here on out, it's going to be different. And I usually keep it till here, because this is all you kind of need to know.
Okay.
Alright, boss, we've talked a whole session about the theories far. Let's get into the first wave state, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, everything is clear?
Yes, like you said, my last sets are completely bullshit, but you would see it.
Okay, that's but yeah, that was the foundation before all that. So now, what is your goal in this match? See, I already did this ward. Amazing ward. Moon was pathing to top. That's some knowledge that we have. How do you want to approach this first wave now?
Yeah, like most likely, I didn't know that I'm so strong to kill Olaf level 1. Like I'm respecting him because, like, there was, I think, one game I was completely stumped by Olaf.
Yeah.
Because I didn't respect his. I think it's Q into. Is it his W?
His W gives a shield.
And then it's the E, like he's true damaging or something.
Yeah.
And I got fucked from that. Like even if I W'd him. And so I was just respecting him and waiting for him to see what he bought, so we could just fight into the wave.
It makes sense. One next thing that I will be mentioning, and that is that, generally speaking, learning to play for priority is going to be just better for you. The reason why learning to play for priority is going to make you a better player, especially on the long run. Now, in short term, it might cost you some deaths and it might cost you to gain experience. But I would push you to get out of that comfort zone. First of all, because you're playing a champion that can look for priority in almost any matchup. And second of all, is because even a theoretical losing matchup can become winning if you get your level 2 first.
Okay.
And that is because every level up is equivalent to about 600 gold worth of stats that are instantly in your inventory because you gain extra damage, armor, attack speed, all that stuff. Plus
you get... I just saw a TikTok today in the morning where you played against the Camille and you was level 5, she was level 4 and she fighted you even if she based already.
Yeah.
And you didn't. And you won it because you said like it's worth 600 gold you level up.
Exactly. Because you also get an extra ability. Now, level 4 to level 5 is still a big level up, but level 1 to level 2 is you get a whole extra ability, right? Which is even larger, so to speak. And that is why, even though, let's say you're playing a bad matchup, you're playing against a Darius, if you get your level 2 faster, you're still beating that guy. So I want you to start refraining from trying to have the mentality to get pushed in. I want you to start learning how to actually push. Now, again, this might be an investment in the sense of you're going to die a few times in the early game, but in the long run, even short term, this is going to make your gameplay way better. So, one thing I want to add onto that is theory and execution is always going to be different. And what I mean by that is you can have a theoretical winning matchup or a losing matchup, but your opponent can play the same matchup completely different. To name an example, you could play against a Jax who is playing Grasp and Teleport and a D-Shoot. And you could also play against a Jax that is playing Flash Ignite and Lethal Tempo and with a Doran's Blade, right? So if the same matchup and they have a different setup, that's one thing. And you can also play against the same champion, but it's a different player and they both have different tendencies. So they're going to play the matchup differently. Even though it's the same matchup, the theory is like logical like that, right? It's always going to be different execution. And that is what I mean with, we're going to have to start being adaptive also to how our opponent plays. So let's see what you do. I would start hitting the minion right here already. And that's because Olof is not even walking with the wave. And that's going to secure level 2 before him. And here I would press tab to check his starting item.
So here you press tab to see what he...
Yeah, what item he bought level 1.
Okay.
Okay, you got the first last hit. Let's go. Okay, you see Doran's Blade. See now, what would be the fastest way to get your level 2?
Push the wave.
Detail, remember? This melee and these casters would actually grant you level 2 as well. You don't need this guy.
So, oh, holy shit, yeah, okay, I didn't know that. That's the first... Nobody told me that, okay. So I can kill that 2 casters and that melee and I'm level 2 already.
Yes, you would be level 2.
Okay, just one question for me. If I play like Gwen, or okay, Mordekaiser most of the time I ban him because I can't play against this champ. But they got like how do you say it? Like spells who are doing splash damage. Like they can push the wave hard. Do I try it also to get too early, or do I get pushed in? Because like if Gwen is stacking her Q, she's super fast at pushing.
Yeah, it's a matter of situation again, because here both
Okay.
you and Olaf kind of didn't push hard, right?
Yes.
They're
yes,
always
yes.
still in a super neutral position, but you also have split damage as set. So even in these scenarios, let's say like it's not bad to kill all of these three and then getting a melee, but simply because the wave state is so neutral right now, I would start hitting this melee minion, and on that melee and this caster, so you're actually doing it, you would already get your level 2.
Not on purpose, but yes.
But so now I'd start walking up. Because if
Okay.
you walk up right now, right, Olaf is gonna go for this last hit. You see this?
Yes.
But what I would have done in your shoes is play active to that level up timer. You don't have to do anything other than just knowing the level up timer consciously. You hit this minion once or twice, and then you E him and this minion, you stun the Olaf, and you get level 2.
Because the damage of my E is
Killing the minion.
killing the minion. I stun him, and then I can level Q and
Completely
run him
destroy
down.
him.
Like, oh yeah, okay, I'll trade. Give it a good trade.
That's the whole thing of theory behind pushing in the early game and playing around level up timers. Those are consistent every game.
Okay.
And the next step, of course, is being in position to punish this last hit that he's going for.
Okay.
And now he's gonna hit his level 2, you see? Because he got the caster extra.
Yes.
Now, I don't expect you to start tracking his level up timers perfectly. So, because again, now we have to think about jungle tracking. Our level up timers, his level up timers, all this stuff, right? And where's my jungle pathing? But the whole idea is what I wanted you to establish level 1, because we saw Viego is pathing to bot this game, Mundo's pathing to top. Okay, we're strong side, trading is good. Looking for priority is good, and then I want you to play to your level up timers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we had a pretty big missed opportunity, even though it doesn't look like you've done anything wrong, right? And again, I also see this in your gameplay because your mentality heading into this game already looks passive. You're not looking to... You're happy going even. You're not looking to win. I see that in your gameplay.
Yes. Like, because I thought like, oh, this is super strong, so I'm just happy to farm and then maybe try to out-trap him when I get my W in level 3. And then if I landed perfectly, like, I win the trade, you know?
Yeah. But you see... So you're basing your decisions on past experiences, which is, in a way, a good thing. But in this instance, it's hindering you completely because it's putting you in a faulty mindset.
Okay.
I don't think your mindset ever should be to play to go even unless you're already behind and you want to make sure you stop inting, so to speak.
Okay.
Reminder, what's your level 3 timer?
I think it's the melees and the cannon?
No, only 2 melees. So there's one. See, I would be walking up. Olaf is walking up for this last hit. But this minion grants you your level 3. Imagine you were in his face right now.
Okay.
You see, if you're just actively playing to this level up, this entire laning phase would be different.
Okay.
And now, what are we looking at in this frame right now?
Like, I can walk up and E him and trade because like I'm 1 level above him.
Absolutely. What's another thing? Because we're probably looking for the early game crash here, right?
Yes.
So I would be checking the minimap right now to see where this wave is at to kind of calculate how fast I need to push this and to push this wave in as well.
Okay.
So what I do in your shoes here, this is going to go way more than that, is I would just slow push this, and then this next wave, you hard push as fast as possible. The faster you push that wave, the faster you can set up your reset, correct?
Yes.
And Olaf then is stuck in lane with 2 waves collecting under his turret.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after that wave crashed under Olaf's turret?
Yeah, it bounced back.
Okay, it bounces back into you. Is that a good thing for you?
I think yes.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Because my jungler is coming to top and I can prepare a gank.
Yeah, but at around this timer, after 4-5 crash and the bounce, your jungler should be done with the full clear, enemy jungler should be done too, so your jungler is going to go back into bot side, and enemy jungler is going back into top side.
Okay.
But to add on to that, remember, this guy's playing with flashing ghost, right?
Yes.
If the wave crashes into his turret and bounces away back into you, can this guy set up his reset?
No.
No. So there's a new concept golden rule of thumbs of reset timers, you want to reset whilst the wave is pushing towards you, not when the wave is pushing away from you.
Yeah, that's also a problem. Sometimes my resets are pretty bullshit. Like
it's okay. This one, this is like the fundamental that would be the hardest to master because it's always situational. And you have to think. You have to think ahead in advance. But this is why I'm trying to showcase you this example right now. Is you could get a lead on this Olaf 100% of the time. Because right now, by you slow pushing this, hard pushing this, and setting up your reset, there is no counterplay for Olaf to do anything that you're gonna do. Because you're gonna do a 4th wave crash, and the benefit of a 4th wave crash is that you're not gonna disjoint the level up timers in the sense that after the 4th wave, you're both gonna be level 4, right?
Yes.
So then, if you get an extra 650 gold on your reset, you're gonna have 2 extra components. The wave is gonna push into you. Olaf's gonna be forced to walk up for last hits, and you can try and punish him. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. Very good trade. You got the cannon too. Honestly, that's 40 less than moves pretty good, boss. Alright, never mind. I changed my thought.
So that's sometimes the problem. If I get a stacked wave, I can't how do you say it, time my last hit sometimes. If the wave is too big, I tried sometimes I'm too early, sometimes I'm too late.
Yeah, that's okay. So here now, I would hard push this wave as fast as possible and set up my reset.
Okay.
Try to punish the cannon, very good. So you see here by slow pushing, now you're also kind of delaying how fast you can get this crash in, right? Now you are able to punish the Olaf for you slow pushing. He is trading very heavily with you, and well, you just kill him. Oh, that should have been a kill.
Yeah, I should flash.
Even here, you should kill him. I think you're just... See, this is also what I mean. You're just not used to being in the spot.
Yes.
I see so this is what I see by gameplay. You just like going even.
Yes.
And this is completely fine. But here, I mean, flash auto, and he's dead. And if that's not the case, then here, you know the timer for level 4. He needs to basically get rid of his entire wave. Walk into him, Q, auto, and he's dead here.
Holy
even
shit,
even trading 1 for 1 here is completely worth it. He has no flash, he has no W.
Because he's also losing the wave, you mean?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Okay, that's the things I have to keep in mind, yes. Because sometimes I go for greedy dives, and they work. Sometimes I die there. But I think that's, like you said, that would be totally fine to go after him.
Yeah, but I just think this play, in theory, cannot go wrong. Because all you do here is walk up with your Q next to him. He has no W, he has no flash. Do you know how his W works? He gets the shield, right?
The shield, yes, and I just know his passive is if he's lower, he's doing more damage.
No, he gets more attack speed.
More attack speed.
But the W is still important to know because the lower HP Olaf. So the W shield that he gets is based on his missing health, meaning the lower HP he is, the bigger the shield is. But it's on cooldown right now. So you walk up and you press Q and you auto attack him twice, and maybe you flash out. Done. Game over for Olaf. He is 3 CS right now, or 13. No, he's 13. No, he's 3, I think, actually. And you'd win the game, right here. This would be over. After the first 3 waves, this game of Olaf would be over.
Okay.
But it's okay. Recalling and TPing back is still good.
Oh, I should already recall him.
Well, actually, here you don't have to. You can actually stay because you can play the bounce because he's this low HP. So actually staying is completely fine too. But if you recall and you buy longsword refill, you make it even harder for him. Now, very crucial. What should you do with this wave?
Let it push towards me.
Why is that?
Because Mundo is in the jungle.
Okay.
And
don't think about Mundo right now. Just think about you 1v1.
Because where's this 331? Like in the next maybe 10 or 20 seconds, the enemy jungler can be up on my lane.
No, he can't.
Not in 20 seconds. Like he full cleared right at this time. He full cleared.
2 bot side, right?
Yes.
So he'd have to.
And now, yeah, okay. But if I stay there and fight him or take the wave and wait for the next one, then he can set up a gank.
No.
Couldn't he?
We could, but I would say that the timer would be... So right now, you see Mundo is starting the scuttle. Viego's probably doing the same here. And then Viego has to take the scuttle, reset, and then come all the way top. Takes about a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good for me to know.
Yeah. But the main reason why I want you to push this... Let this wave push into you... is to force this Olaf to walk up for last hits. Because by making this wave push towards you, a few things happen. First of all, he doesn't want to recall. Because the wave is pushing away from him, so he is going to keep on losing resources perpetually. The second thing is, when he's forced to walk up for last hits, you force him into a choice. Walking up for last hits and risk dying, or not getting anything, and he's losing. So it's a win-win, right? The only way this guy can play is if you push the wave back into him. Because then he's not forced to walk up for last hits, he doesn't really get gankable, and he can just farm under his turret and he's chilling. So in every scenario here, you let this wave push back into you.
Okay, yeah, I have to learn this because sometimes it feels like, for me, it feels like losing the lane. You know what I mean?
I understand.
I start to hit the minions, I think.
I would hate to see you hit the minions here. You're doing it absolutely right now. You should die going for this last hit. He's completely, like, he's disrespecting you in 5 different languages here.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to know for me.
Okay, good. Okay. You didn't go for it. Okay, you can't punish that too well. And now if he goes for any last hit, you try and punish him. One thing that you should always do, and you're doing that, maybe consciously, maybe subconsciously, you see Viego's still here now, right? Is you want to start thinning out this wave to still kind of sync up the level up timers in the sense that when he's going to hit level 5, you want to hit level 5 as well. But always make sure that the wave's pushing towards you. So here, I would start thinning out a little bit.
Yeah, I just knew I'm safe here because I saw Viego in mid.
Yeah.
And now, yes, I'm just chilling.
He's going to hit level 5 here, so I want you to start thinning out a little bit, so you're also level 5, and then you can just always fight him. See, now you haven't thinned out enough, as you can see, and because he hits level 5, and you have not thinned out enough, this wave is actually going to be able to get crashed on by Olaf.
Yes. I think I have to flash here also.
Yeah, and that's because you didn't clear out the wave enough, and yeah, he just got too strong for him, and you use your Q on the cannon, so you actually cannot fight back, yeah. And you have to flash out. So you see what went wrong here, right?
Yes. That's good. Okay.
Here I'll probably reset.
Okay.
Okay. Reset right here and base TP.
Okay. Here's the reset already.
Yeah,
so
because
don't take...
No, because you're gonna end up losing more. You know, these casters again, they give less gold and XP. So I was on the recall on the casters, so I lose less from those.
Okay.
I don't want to lose more melees because of your recall, right? Okay. See that now you push, but now it's in a very awkward position, right? You're gonna lose like 3 melees before you're back. See, you've lost 3 melees completely now.
Okay.
That's one. You almost lost the entire cannon wave here. You see?
Yes.
And you would also be in a much better position here by base TPing right here and just being able to go from this position onwards.
Okay.
All good. So far so good, right?
Yep.
So when looking back in the laning phase, you see multiple habits here. First things first, I need your mentality to change. You're gonna start looking to kill people, not to go even. That mentality has to change.
Okay.
I want to start seeing you go deep late in some contestable matchups, and ultimately, you're gonna start ingraining these level up timers and playing actively towards that. If you start doing this, you could have killed this Olaf 2 or 3 times.
Okay, that's for me. If I try that, and maybe I'm just overstaying or just miss my spells, whatever. If I lose the 1 versus 1 early, then I have to play a bit chill, I guess.
Yes, that's fair. Yes, completely fair. Sometimes you're just gonna shoot yourself in the foot and kind of grieve it. But when we just looked at the examples of Olaf, right? The thing is, we talked about, let's say you're weak-sided because you're looking for the early game ward, and you consciously know that you could get early game ganked. You can still do a second wave crash and look for a trade on your level 2 timer, right? So you can get best of both worlds. You make sure you get the second wave crash in, so you can't get ganked, but you still get to play to your level 2 timer.
Okay.
So that's like a solution to that. Okay. Yeah, okay, you get the wave in. And, okay, we get a monster trade here. I would be very scared with trading here, because if this guy ults you, you kind of just die. If he ults you right here, you should be dead. Okay, he threw his act far away, though. That's because your E and your ult don't work, and he wins in the extended fight. So if he If he ults you here, what do you have? Ult.
Nothing.
It doesn't work. So if he would have Q'd you here and ulted you, you would actually die.
Okay.
But it's okay, because, I mean, this guy also doesn't know the limits of his champion, and I don't mean that in a condescending way, that's just like a factual statement, right?
Yes.
One thing to perhaps notice, you see you walk to the light, what did you see in River? Fruits, right?
Yes, honey fruit. It's 6 minutes. I think it's up.
There you go. So what I want you to do here when you're trading is, let's say you lose half your HP and Olaf loses half of his HP, but you get tempo into River. It's very good for you. Opposite is true. If you both lost half your HP and he gets access to River, you are pretty much making the game very hard for yourself to play, right? So keep that in mind. Trade with intention to play towards that the honey fruit. Okay. What just happened here? Oh, he's on grubs. I see. I'll put your potion on, maybe. Well done. It's okay. I don't think Window wins this, though. Nope. That's Olaf. Alright, decent. The wave was pushing into you, I believe, so you're in a fine spot. Okay, you're in an amazing spot. In terms of itemization, let me think here. You're going for stride. I think it's completely sensible. Instead of dagger, I would probably buy tier 1 boots. Oh, never mind. You have 250 gold. Dagger's fine. Okay. So he has no ult right now. You're level 8 to level 7. That is why I think you feel so confident.
Yes.
So very good. You're aware of that. You did auto Q out. Oh, he does have ult. Oh, you're cooked. He W'd very early though. And he gets level 8. And he has flash. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, you end up living. That's good. Your passive will sustain you back up. And then you have ult and you can look for a kill.
The thing is, that's also a thing. I don't know the timings of the ult, because his ult gets such a low cooldown.
Yeah, that comes with experience. I even was caught off guard by his ult, I'm gonna be honest. That's a thing that comes with experience. So I think it's very hard to coach this. One thing you can just do is, before you head into the game, you search up wiki Olaf cooldowns, and if you see that his ult, for example, has 100-second cooldowns, and you know yours has 120 seconds, then there's always a 20-second gap, I guess. Here, I believe staying for this plate is very greedy.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Okay, because it doesn't change your recall, in the sense that right now you already have Strikebreaker in base, and
so it's wasted gold, so I don't need it anyways.
Yeah.
At this time right now.
Exactly. Let's say you needed the gold to actually get your item. I would stay here, because right now you are quote-unquote inting tempo to get the gold, right?
Yes.
But the amount of plays you're getting here are the same amount of plays that Olaf is probably going to get, simply because you're overstaying here.
Yes, that's also like all the other coaches told me. Like you said, it's the reset timer. Like right now, I should probably reset, get my item, go back in the lane, because maybe I get 1 plating, but on the other hand, he's getting maybe 2 platings, because my reset is bullshit.
Yes, and you only want to overstay this tempo if the gold from the plate significantly changes your recall, else recall every time.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm sure the other coaches lectured you on this already. And yeah, I would probably, see, because now he gets 1 plate, 2 plates, and you lost the full wave. So you really didn't gain anything. I guess you got boots. Not the worst. Okay, Olaf just dipped. He's probably getting his Hydra. And he gave you a food turret for it. So you guys just both in the tempo. I would consider getting level 10 here. Yep. Oh, you missed everything. You're dead.
Yes.
Do you know how his ultimate works?
Yes. He's a CC moon, and if I ult him, I can't throw him away, so just...
Do you know how his ult stays activated?
I think for... Maybe if you ask like that for auto attacks?
Yes, he needs to auto attack you or press E. So what you can actually do is, if he ults, is you can ult him, because you don't flip him, but you do flip yourself away.
Okay. Do I do damage?
Yes, you do. Yes, you will do damage. Okay. So I would just ult him, so you flip yourself the other way. Okay, you see the example here?
Yeah, so I can go
I mean, I guess you don't do damage because he's not near the impact, unless you hit the impact. But you want to get away from his immune range, right?
Okay.
But the longer he stays in combat, the less you can do. Okay, Merc Threads. Why did we go for Merchants this game?
Did I go for Mercs?
Yeah.
Maybe because of Zyra with this the CC of how is he called in jungle? How is the jungle called?
Viego.
Viego, yeah, Viego.
I would still consider Tabis more, especially because they have true damage on this champion and like true damage here. It's annoying. I mean, like, wait, that's like, sorry, that was a really bad statement by me. I would go Tabis because you're mainly going to be sidling against this guy. You just want defenses. And if they have double 80 topside, I'm even more inclined to go for the Tabis. And I think you can get some MR items that are different against these.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought the CC is big and annoying, so I just went for that.
I think pushing this out is fine, and now I wouldn't push further. I would start looking for grubs. So the further you push here, yeah, the more, I don't know, vulnerable you'd make yourself. One thing I would start looking for, as example, when we see the Viego here, is what do you reckon you should be doing when you see Viego?
Like pinging, because the thing is, I don't know if I should fight because I see Olaf on the top wave is coming.
Yeah, and
down.
Mundo's going for here. There is one thing I want you to do and make it a habit for you going forward. Every time you scout somebody new, or even sometimes in advance, that can be when you're about to go into a skirmish, that can be when you're going to fight somebody else in side lane, and that is always when somebody comes back from lane, you press tab to see how strong they are.
Ah, okay.
So if this guy has a full Blade Rune King, he is very strong. If he has 3 components, he's half as strong.
Okay.
Right now, you're playing the game blindfolded. You have no idea how much damage this guy is going to do to you, right?
Yes.
Now, Ahri is moving. What's perhaps another thing to look at before this Ahri moves?
What items she got?
Exactly. What items does Ahri have? Does she have Flash? Does she have Ultimate? She has no Ultimate, and I don't know what items she has. We're playing this game. Okay, you have the full Kraken Slayer and Tabis. That would have been good to know, right?
Yes. I think she's I don't know why she's not.
Okay, that guy is. We don't talk about that, Ahri. That guy is definitely drunk.
Yeah, then he question marks.
Yeah,
he pings me.
That guy needs to chill. Okay, so here we get one tab angle. What are some things you are seeing?
Like my Olaf got one full item, but no boots.
Yeah.
And I got a full item. I think I got. Like I'm one level down, but my items are better, I guess.
Yes, because you got a full first third. That gives an insane amount of gold. Also, what I also want to see when we're playing in this position is like, who is our weak condition, who's their weak condition? Looks like Ahri's pretty weak, but your Kai'Sa is very strong in this game, right?
Yes.
So Kai'Sa is very strong. Your Mundo is pretty weak compared to Viego. And then what I also want to decide is who do I prefer to sidelane against? Is it Olof or is it Cassio? I think both are kind of hard for you to deal with.
Yeah, but most, like I like more like I don't know if that's also a good habit, but I can play better against Olaf than against Cassio, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if that is the case, right, then that makes even less sense for you to have this.
Okay.
Right, because you should also itemize to who you are going to be facing in side lane the most. Okay, all good. So it's pretty hard for us to progress right now. Also because bot lane is still landing bot lane minute 17 in. Okay, Cassio's ganking you. You're aware of it. Keep pressing tab. Cassio's coming. I would be pressing tab. In the meantime, just quickly, we kill Viego on the bot side, so they're making 2 plays at once. And well done. Okay, she has 2 items, right? She has her disgusting slow item too. But you got her flash, so really well done. So you survived here. Maybe one thing to mention here as well is that the weak side, strong side concept that we talked about is still applicable here. Because you see how Viego's bot side, Mundo's bot side, but we had, okay, Viego's bot side too, so it doesn't really matter too much. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, we have this play. I think I'd be a little bit faster to pull the flash trigger, but you end up living. Okay, so you got a flash, you got a ult. Well done. Weak side survived, and now you can go and probably go play into bot. Very good. Okay, so we get to play to the bot tier 1. Thus far, very, very good game by you. Let's see how we play this with our cooldowns. I want to talk about mechanics here. I would auto, but you see here, again, first thing what we should do, check, he has 2 items now, right? So I would auto, Q auto, and then EW. Okay, I would have EW'd, because you kind of guarantee the combo, right?
Yes. But I just hit him. Like, he ulted too late, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this guy should be dead. You're running away. See, I noticed this in your gameplay, and I mentioned again, I definitely see the safety tendencies in kind of everything you do. So, the more you start having the mentality of, like, I want to win lane and kill people, I'm certain... Yeah?
The thing is, I was not running away. I knew I can kill him. I thought he's he's channeling his CC. Like,
his W. Yeah. It makes sense what you're saying. Okay,
so I was just waiting to channel it, and then I just go into it. Like, I just knew I can kill him, but I was waiting if he's channeling into the bush. So I just dodged it. Like, that was like the main part of my brain.
That's fair.
But I want to fight it at least. Yes.
That's fair. Okay, I think the past 3 minutes, you've survived weak side onto the Casio, and now you killed the Viego and got bot tier 1. So, in my opinion, you've done everything right the past 3 minutes. So, well done. Here, I actually would not TP into this, most likely. What do you think I would TP?
Top wave?
Yes, that's probably where I'd be TPing. Because if you TP here, you're salvaging a play that is kind of already over. Your team is fine. This play is over here. You TPing is not going to change anything.
Okay.
What,
yeah, you're right.
And if you TP to top lane here, I mean, look at this. That's a free tier 2 turret. Do you know how much gold a tier 2 turret gives?
675.
Yeah, so pretty much 700. And you get the wave here, and you maybe even get 10 points to like getting these camps. Like, you have everything here.
And 3 people are dead. Yes.
There's nothing to TP for here. And that's maybe a question too. Do you feel like, in general, when playing solo queue, you have these like, how to put this? People-pleasing tendencies, in the sense that if your jungler is making a play and they're pinging, you'd rather give up your good scenario to help out your jungler, or do you feel like you can really make the difference and play selfish too?
Depends. Like, it depends, like you said, on the situation. Sometimes they get invaded, and I'm already fighting against someone on the top lane for the wave state and level 2, like you said. Then most likely I'm not moving.
Good.
So I think there was one time. I think he also left the game after that because I wasn't coming. Like, my Warwick top laner was invading his jungle on I don't know.
Level 1, you mean?
Yeah, yes. And I was on top lane and was just getting level 2, and I just pinged him away, and he was constantly fighting him, and then he lost his 1v1 like against the Warwick. Then he went to the lane and I killed him because he was half HP, and I leveled E and W. And then my jungler just left because I didn't move to him, but it was not my fault. Like, he just lost because he was constantly fighting at level 1 on blue buff. Yeah,
this one is a severe example. I've been in those shoes, so like here there's nothing you can do, right? But I mean more so as like a tendency that you see that often, or I see that often more so in players that kind of also play to go even, not necessarily to win. I'm sorry I keep repeating that, but it's just like a tendency, right? You see them always want to help out their teammates instead of playing to how would I say this? Like, get more resources for themselves. I want you to ingrain a selfish mentality in solo queue. Of course, with balance. If you're not the win condition, don't have ego. But especially when you can be a potential win condition, I want you to gather as much resources for yourself as you can, right? So if you can save your Mundo with the teleport or get a tier 2 turret, I don't care about this Mundo's life. I'm playing for that tier 2 top. Let's say your TP would have saved this Mundo, right? So that's an example. You saved the Alois from getting 300 gold whilst denying yourself more than 700.
Yes.
That's the mentality I want you to start ingraining.
Okay, yes. Like, my goal was, like, Drake was up. And sometimes I'm not TPing to the Drake fight because I see they're winning it or they're just losing it hard, so I just push and get T2.
Yeah.
If it's so, for sure I would TP. But right now, my goal was, okay, we can secure the next Drake, we get a kill, and we get tier 2 in mid. Is that also fine, or you said no?
I think, so your mentality is fine, but if I look at this frame here, I believe the dragon is already secured.
Oh, okay.
Because 3 people are dead, Zyra's dead too, 4 people are dead, and all of ult has run out, he can never kill Kai'Sa, and Braum is coming from base.
Okay, yeah, the thing is, like, that's also, like, my opinion, maybe you get a different one. On my elo, they're playing a lot of Aram and sometimes you're just misplaying.
Like
Also me. Like it happens also in your elo, but not that often. Like in my elo, they're coin flipping, they're doing weird things. Like I'm also doing weird things, but if I get coaching from you or other people, I know that I have to be maybe on bot side when Baron is up and I TP to the fight, and I tell them do Baron, but my jungler is doing like wolves.
No, I understand. I understand. Like, I understand that perspective, but I don't want you to start playing, let's say, faulty because you think your teammates are going to play a certain way. I don't think that's ever a good basis to make your own decisions.
Okay, so I just, next time I just should TP for 2-2.
Well, it's going to be dependent situation to situation again, right? But
yeah, I mean, in this situation I would go for T2.
Yeah.
Like, if I got a similar...
scenario?
Situation, yes.
Because one thing you have to consider as well, right? And that's pointing in the future, but if you're pushing this, where do you think this Viego is going to respawn, going to go first? I'm trying to stop you, right?
Yes, sure. Ah, you're sure. So yeah, okay, that's good. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it at all.
Yeah, so that's also one way to start looking at tempo, to kind of look from your perspective, but also what is my opponent going to do with me doing this action?
Okay. Yeah. That's right. I didn't look at this, and you're right. He wants to stop me then.
Yeah. So, but you made the correct call. You ping your team to go Dragon whilst getting your mid tier 2 yourself. What you should do after this tier 2 turret, you reckon?
Go to top side.
No, I want you to recall and spend the gold because you have second item in base, and then you can basically play the same turn again. Because you see here, you have tempo on the map right now because Alois is dead. But you also have tempo on side wave because you don't have to be there, your opponent has to collect. So if you recall right now with your team and you all come on the map at the same time, you can either play for Baron, but this is way higher, like level macro, right? But it's fine, you just get to spend your gold, you have 2 items, and then you can go to whatever side wave you basically want to play for.
Okay.
But you don't stick around on the map, because now if you stay...
I'm wasting time.
Kind of, and you're overplaying. Because you're kind of playing into their turn now.
Okay.
You're trying to salvage here, kind of. You're already into it, and now get the hell out.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is complete flippy, right? There is
yeah. I know what you mean. That's good that you tell me that, like, the reset timer. Now he's dead. I think we missed the tempo. I missed my reset.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know you can't control your teammates, and you're very often going to have inting teammates, 100%. But one thing you can do is still try and guide them.
Yes, I try that sometimes.
That's good. Okay, and now you're back with tempo. You got your gold spent. Where would you go right now after this play? I would be thinking plays over, top or bot wave. Now, what is the next?
I would go top.
Okay.
Just a question. I would go top because we know 3 people are dead.
Okay.
We got good timers on our Mundo because he's like 10 seconds ahead of Viego, or more, even 15. So we can maybe play around Baron. I got no TP, so I go top. So because I can't TP to Baron, that would be my thought about the next play. I don't know if you agree with that or if that's a stupid.
No, I think your decision is very sensible. We're gonna slightly give you a new insight. So you're 100% correct that theoretically this is the next neutral you want to play for.
Yes.
But if you want to pressure a neutral from the side lane, very often, even though this seems counterintuitive, you want to approach that from the opposite side wave to that neutral objective, which is bot lane in this instance.
Okay, but
I'll explain why. If you push out bot lane all the way till here, what does that mean? So Vayne is pushing it right now, right? So you run to bot lane and you push it up until here.
Someone have to come to my lane.
There you go.
But I don't have TP to go to Baron if they're fighting, or if like for example, like maybe Olaf is coming, and okay, he got no TP. Okay, that's also a thing. But if there's a top lane and he got TP up and I don't got TP, and he's like answering my push,
you still move faster, right? So the thing is, if you slow push into hard push, similar to how you would do it in a normal laning phase, if you push the first wave here in the neutral state and the second wave here, and then you start moving to mid lane, you'll actually be in sync with your move on the next mid lane. And by the time you're mid lane, sure, your opponent is probably done with collecting.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's then okay.
But here in this instance,
I get the tempo with the mid wave and the bot wave, and I can
look for a 4v5, right? You can set up a 4v5, and especially in this instance when Olof is playing with Flash Ghost, and you push out bot wave here, you can create a 4v5 example.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, I didn't think about it. Like, that's like I said. I think like the early thing that you tell me, I can recognize that. I can keep that in mind and try to get that like my understanding of League of Legends. But then like I said, in the mid and late game, I'm only trying side laning, watching for my TP and playing for objectives. That's like a bit autopilot, I guess.
Mid to late game macro and tempo is way harder because it's always going to be situational to who am I side laning against? What is my like who is strong on the map? Can my team 4v4? Can we 4v5? Like it's always going to be different, and you always have to adapt to that like position in the game. So it's way harder to kind of replicate, but that's why I'm trying to teach you some of these guidelines on how to manage side waves and how to recognize tempo opportunities, like we talked about earlier with what's it called, resetting and getting your items spent and getting on the map again, right?
Yes, that's the reset tempo you said. Yes.
And here you got 2 kills, so you have tempo. How do you want to use that tempo? By pushing out bot waves so we get tempo towards this neutral.
Okay. Also, I get sometimes a problem laning against, like for example, there's not Olaf, then there's sometimes the mid laner, then there's Hivai or something.
Yes.
And I can't do shit. I can't get the wave on the tower. Like they're just stalling it. They got good wave clear. They poke me.
Yes.
So
what you can do then
is it the right play, or should I switch lanes again?
You can either switch lanes, so you choose to go for the different side wave opportunity, or you push one wave, if you can, into roam, because then you're going to be on the next mid wave.
Okay.
So you try to set up a flank through that.
Okay. So yeah, just trying to get more more plays and only that side laning shit.
Yeah. Okay. So here we are definitely in Ghetto Brawl scenario. Here, no point for you to be mid lane. 0. Go bot lane. Fight is over. You see? Okay, but you ended up going for top lane, so I understand your intention because you were talking about that earlier. If you guys kill him, I will be spam pinging Baron. Right now, I'll be pinging Baron.
I think
you already should adapt here, and you should be walking into mid lane. The Viego is dead. Cassio's no flash. You have everything. This is a free Baron.
Yes.
You being bot lane here makes no sense. Mundo walking in here also makes no sense. You don't have teleport yet. You should be here with your team.
I should teleport to this. I thought okay.
No, you don't have teleport. That's why you move. And even with teleport, what are you gonna get from this bot wave? If you're here with your team right now, 4v5 scenario, Cassio has no flash. I'm not sure about other flash timers, but you can be basically where you're here. You should be mid lane, and you can be here right now with your team. Look how much vision you have. You just win the game here.
Okay.
This is a one-off scenario though, but it's like I'm not gonna teach you anything from this, but I want to showcase you, of course, why it was better to be here with your team.
That's good. That's good for me to see like the situation and.
And now enemy team is going all the way bot lane here. So you see Zyra. So you're like, okay, why is this guy walking up into me? You see Viego now, and now you see Cassio. You have enough. How to say this? Like instinct info? or like info, but also like speed to quickly move your mouse, do one assistant ping or ping on the way ping on this Baron, and your team should get the memo.
Okay.
One ping right here of giving your team the idea is all you need to do.
Okay.
And then like you can say my team is never doing Baron when they're selling 3 on bot, but you can also guide them. Like yes, your team should have the like the like idea here that they should go for Baron, but if they're not, ping them once. There's 4 bot right here. Ping them. You can stall here for like 30 seconds. One ping. Yes. That's all you need to do. And then your job would be to
stall it.
Stall as long as you can. So the way you would do that here is probably by ulting the Cassio like this way and then maybe flashing out and like just stalling them as long as you can, right? Getting away from the Baron. Actually, really, really nice that you trade one. But now our team didn't do Baron. They should have. 1,000,000%. Yes. What is your team doing? They're salvaging.
Yeah, that's the problem.
No, I understand. I understand. They're salvaging here. But
that's the thing I want to talk about with you. Even if I play Alois, and that's the
ping
thing.
Your team. That's all you
can do.
I get
mad. I ping them a lot. I ping
really?
them a lot. Like, yes,
okay.
Yes, not on this scenario, but
Okay, but that
Sometimes
that
I'm pinging them Baron and tell them, I even write it when I'm fighting or I'm walking away. 4 bot, go Baron. Sometimes they do it, but sometimes they don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you're 100% right here, right? Like, you were 1,000,000% right.
Yeah, I was tilted, so just fuck that. But
No, it's okay. But also the example you say with Lau, yes, I completely understand your frustration
Yes.
in those scenarios. But if you pinged and even wrote it and they're not doing it, it's like you can get as mad about it as you want, but it's out of your control at that point.
It won't change anything. I know. I have to change it. Sometimes because the game was so hard and I was trying my best, and then they see 4 bot and they're all rotating to bot. that's sometimes that's happening, and I don't understand the people because 4 people are running across the map and trying to help me, even if I'm dead.
Yeah, it's a salvaging play. It's kind of what you were doing when you're trying to save the Artie in mid lane after the dragon. Yeah, and now I feel like you're kind of going to start losing control over the game, because said scaling is not that good. You're like a mid-game monster, but now it's hard, right? Viego's 4 items, and it's going to start... Holy moly, you destroyed that guy. He's actually dead to death stance. And you get the Baron this time. Holy, your team got the memo. You smurfed this. You had a lot of good moments this game. Oh, he ends up dying too. Beautiful. Nice. And you win the game here. Beautiful. Right. How do you feel about the game?
I think I didn't play it super well, but it's fine. Like, because like you said, the Olaf wasn't also that good, and he didn't respect like my W's most of the time. Like when he ulted, okay, he dodged it, but I think like you said, my team got the memo when I put 3 or 4 people on me. They start Baron, they see the jungler on bot, and then I think that was the winning play in my opinion.
Yeah. No, 100%. And again, the one thing you could have done, 1 ping. And if they don't listen, it's out of your control. But yeah, I've also played a bit towards this MMR, and I also know that people have like PTSD or something to Baron. It's like a big no-no zone. Like people just don't like taking Baron. I noticed that too.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions about the game?
Not at all right now.
Okay, let's do one more game. Which game would you prefer?
I'm thinking like both are cool. I think the thing is, I'm just trying a different build on the Riven game. It's like just tank. But the other game is like with Alois, and I think I'm winning my lane, but I lose the game, and I want to know why.
Okay. Let's see. So that's the next game here, right? You said.
I think it's the next game, yes.
Okay, so walk me through everything we talked about earlier and the things you're seeing and how you want to play the early game.
So I play against Renekton, and he's playing Flash Ignite. So I think, in my opinion, Renekton is also a huge lane bully.
100%, yeah.
And so like most of the time, like you said, like my gameplay right now when I'm playing right now against Renekton is to go even or win the lane. I'm trying not to int against Renekton, because I think for me it's hard to calculate his ult and lifesteal, because sometimes like he's maybe not even, he's lower than half HP, and then he's ulting, and I think it's W, and he's healing a lot, and he got ignite for my ult, so he can stop my healing. So yeah, and I got Nocturne and Bria is also a good champ with a huge CC chain.
Yeah, so kind of what we're saying is it's hard to 2v2, right? Last question. Do we want to look for priority level 1?
No.
Okay. So I would agree. Theoretically, you don't want to look for priority. But if this Renekton is leashing, or if he's not walking with the lane level 1, you could still look for it. Okay. See, and this is what I meant with theory and execution not always being in sync. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Like my game plan with Alois is I'm spawning my how's it called in English? Tentacles. Yes. Yeah. And then I'm playing with Grasp, going for Grasp proc, going W, I go out. I go for Grasp prop, W, I go out. So most of the time, I'm just poking my lane, and it's working most of the time in my elo.
Yeah.
Depends on the matchup, But like that, sometimes I'm getting priority. If I think I'm losing early on this game. I think we will see it because I tried and then I don't respect the level 2 timer. I think that's a good example.
Okay, perfect. But you're 100% correct, by the way. Alois also prefers to get pushed in the early game. You're not that strong in the early levels. Okay, so you have your tentacle set up. Did we check a starting item? You see here, now we're kind of blinded by enemy general starting position. We don't really have an idea. So
Yes.
it's a little bit harder to play, right? But again, you are getting pushed in, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, here's a Doran's Blade, and you get a good trade. Okay, good. He's playing Bone Plating as well. Very nice. Very good. You hit the tentacle too. And yeah, I mean, he can get the level 2 here by focusing on melee.
I think that's happening right now and I'm losing.
No, he is hitting a melee, but the other one is actually dying. And now, yeah, he gets level 2. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just misplayed that.
Yeah.
And I'm dead.
That's it. Yeah, there is not much to do against a level of timer like that, right? But this is exactly how you can play with set as well. D-Blade, Flash Ignite, level 2, boom, solo kill. All good. That's fine. What's the level 3 timer?
Level 3 timer, you mean?
Yeah, for him now.
Well, I didn't count. That's the
2
thing.
melees, right? It's consistent every game. You don't have to count. It's just 2 melees on this wave.
Okay, and then he's level 3.
Yeah. So that's why I wouldn't take this straight. Because he's hitting level 3. You saw there? Now, one thing he did wrong, kind of, is he used his cooldowns before his level up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
he can't get like more damage.
There you go. So that also can teach you, because look, the second this melee dies, he's gonna hit level 3. You see? Okay, they both die at the same time, but you get the point.
Yes, I get the point.
Yeah. And then the next step to that exactly is, if you learn to sync your cooldowns with those level up timers and trade actively towards that, you're gonna shit on your opponents.
Okay,
let's see from here on out. So I would prefer to kind of not look for... I mean, you're kind of killing him, actually. Okay. Remember how we were talking about, like, reset timers?
Yes.
I would be pretty cautious with trading too heavily here, because the more HP you lose here, the harder it's also going to be for you to play the bounce out in the future.
Yes, because he can reset already. I just got no TP.
There you go. But you hard push it in, you set up your reset. Okay, you go for Bramble, which I think is very sensible, especially against Briar and Rankton. And now you're pretty much a beast. That E was bullshit. What is that? He is behind the minion. No, I mean, I guess not. Never mind, actually. I'll say allowing hitbox sometimes is interesting.
Yes. It's also the same with Psy and Q.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not even stepping into it, and people told me that there's higher and low ground.
Yeah, high ground, low ground. It's a little hard to explain. Basically, if an ability is casted from low ground to high ground, so lower ground is in the river. It basically goes into like lower. It's hard to explain. I don't even understand the depth of it either. Basically, the hitbox can look different. Yeah, it's really wonky sometimes, but I'm telling you, everybody is surprised.
Okay.
So if you cast an ability, let's say from here, like an Illy Spear, the angle is like different because it's being used from low ground to high ground, kind of.
Okay.
But honestly, I feel like it should not be a mechanic in the game, but that's okay. That's another story. Okay, this is beautiful. And now you're mainly looking for your level 6, right? He used QEW, so the more you trade, the better it is. I think here you could even go for a little bit more aggressive play. Use EQW. He's very high cooldowns. So here, I believe what you should do is press this Q, as you were, W, and now step forward.
Okay.
To get that E off.
Okay.
Because this Q is the only thing he had here.
Check.
Yeah, so you're not abusing his cooldowns here.
Okay.
I think that was a pretty free E, but it's okay. You're playing for your level 6 nonetheless, which is a very consistent play. Maybe one thing to consider here, and I just want to channel that mindset again. So, a few things. I would always be popping up this potion because you're both going to hit level 6. The higher HP you are, the harder it is for him to contest you. That's one thing. Second thing is, as a habit, I would probably want to slow push this into hard push this. To set up my reset so I can get a good reset timer in, right?
So I hard push, so I slow push the cannon, but hard push the next wave.
Yes. And then that leaves you to multiple options. You could look for the plant in the river, because that's going to be up, or you could just look to reset straight up. Both are fine.
Yep.
One more thing to consider, perhaps, is what is the next item you want to build in your base on base?
So most of the time, like that's also a slight problem of me, is what kind of items I want to build. It's like most of the time, if I confident, I build Sunlit Sky on Alois.
Yeah.
Because it's the life steal, or like not life steal, but like healing. Then Iceborne Gauntlet or Black Cleaver.
I see. Would you also rush Iceborne Gauntlet though? Because I think rushing Iceborne Gauntlet here this game makes a lot of sense. That's the item I had in mind.
Okay.
And then I want to teach you the next thing, which is gold value from waves. Cannon wave grants you around 200 gold, and normal wave grants you around 100 gold. I know it's kind of, or sorry, 130 gold. It's not exactly like this, but it's because the game also gives you gold in general whilst you're pushing, right? So if you're considering here that you want to get Sheen on your next recall, it also is more sensible for you to set up a slow push into hard push, because this combined will be like, what, let's say 350, right? That basically puts you to the Sheen here.
Ah, I see, okay.
So you can also decide on slow push, hard push, depending on the next component you want to buy in base.
Okay.
Okay. Or if you just want to chain vest, use slow push to hard push or something like this, right? Okay, we do end up getting ganked here, but you are level 6, so you might be able to turn this around. Never mind, unlucky.
I got hard CC'd.
Yeah, you were full CC'd. One thing though, had you proc that potion, I think you would have lived.
Ah, yeah, you're right. But because my ult is
And then I think you might actually double kill them.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, leaving base here without cloth armor I think is illegal. I would just buy an extra one, because you're going for Iceborne anyways, but maybe you're going for a long sword. Okay, you're slow pushing into hard push. So, very good here. And you get your crash hit.
I think I die here because I get greedy.
I really like this old intention. Very good.
I think I still die here because I get greedy.
Yeah, you did a good combo too. Okay, but you do have teleport, so like, it's kind of an interesting term. You may have heard it before, the good death. A good death angle.
Yes.
It's basic. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. You were popping your potion. Basically, right now, it's your turn in the lane, in the sense that you push the wave into his turret. You're playing under his turret. It's your turn. So if you die here, it's not as costly because it was on your turn. Dying on your opponent's turn is the worst time to die, because then you die and probably lose a wave and the plate. But now you only die, and look, you can just TP back and you kind of lose nothing. You see? So you do die, but it's not as costly. So that's one thing to memorize. It was also on the first play, remember, when you wanted to dive the Olaf, it would be your turn in the lane. So it was actually fine to dive because, well, it was your death, like your time in the lane. Okay. Where did we get our kill? Did I miss this? Where did we get our kill? I'm
That's
confused.
a good question.
Wait, did we kill the ranked?
I think I killed ranked one time.
Did we just not see it, or did I forget about it?
Question: Did I kill him here afterwards? To watch it?
Oh, then we
I think because
I missed it. Then I skipped over it.
I think you overstayed.
Oh, I missed this.
Okay. Yeah, but
okay, we had missed this.
Yeah, but it was his.
Yeah,
he just.
You W'd the cannon even, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I missed this completely. By the way, I was like, wait, where's our kill coming from?
Yes.
Okay, all good. So we're back here in theory.
Oh yeah, but wait, I think I got dived there. I think they want to dive me there. On this scenario.
No chance looking for a gank. It's just very hard for you guys to kill this ranked, I think. Try to do as much damage as you can. You just only have one tentacle, unluck. If you had a second tentacle, you'd probably be dead. Ugh. Yeah, very rough for you to play. Well, full armor, right, okay. Well played. There's one thing I kind of want to... Yeah, sorry?
Yeah, that's okay. Just tell me what you want to say.
So, you're sometimes going to find yourself in a similar example as the Renekton, and you see how this Renekton is almost close to a full item, right? He needs 600 gold to complete this item.
Yes.
Whereas you need to start itemizing your entire item. You have 0 gold built towards your first item, actually. You just have temporarily spikes.
Yes.
So if you ever find yourself in the Renekton shoes, whenever you're playing set to somebody that itemized like this, the main thing that I would do in Renekton shoes is to just get that 600 gold, and so he has a full eclipse, a full item, and you're only going to have, well, let's say a ruby crystal and a cloth armor extra. And so right now, you'd actually be fine somewhat in a 1v1, but the second he gets eclipse, you start hard losing, right?
Yes.
That is why, also right now, I believe that you can never get back in the game unless your opponent makes mistakes like these. Because you're so far behind in item curve, kind of.
Okay.
So if you ever find yourself in the same shoes, just be patient. Don't be like this, Briar. What were you going to say?
Yes.
Sorry, because I kind of cut you off.
That he's misplaying that right now. Like, that's the reason why I came back in the game.
Yeah.
We will see it now.
They're both very greedy.
Yeah.
You got 2 kills back. Also, one thing to mention is solo kill EXP is the biggest amount of EXP you can get in the game. So if you die to a 2v1, it's not as costly, but dying 1v1, just look at the chunk of EXP that you're getting here. It is massive. So you having 2 kills back now, it's gonna put you actually ahead of him. You see this XP? Look at this. Boom, right?
Holy
so
shit,
solo
yes.
kill EXP is absolutely massive.
Okay.
Beautiful. And now you're actually back in the game. Yeah. So now he's got an eclipse, but you got 2k gold in your reset, so you're a beast now. Yep, beautiful. There's nothing you can do about that. And you slap him up. Unlucky. Okay, one thing I'd be considering is playing for your level 11. But if you're level 11, I think you could even potentially 2v1. Never mind. You're just short of level 11 here. That's the unlucky part. Right? If you actually were to get level 11, you would beat this 2v1. And he levels up during the trade. Look. Him leveling up here, I don't know what he leveled up from, maybe the next melee. That is actually what ends up saving him here, if you pay attention. You see, he leveled up.
Yes,
and that's why he lives here.
I think I'm already told at my chat, yes. Holy shit.
That's why he lives, and if you would have killed him, you would have
leveled up. Okay. Holy shit.
So that's severely unlucky, honestly. When I do look at the games like this, though, I don't think you can really control it. And that is because you said you were kind of ahead. I don't think you are ahead. You're kind of even with him, but your entire team...
okay. I think yes, you're right.
Yeah, and your entire team is losing. So for you can't really pressure this map because so the things I've been looking at, right, is you can beat this guy in the 1v1 in sideline, but you're never going to be able to cross this guy in the sideline.
Okay.
He's too strong, right? So it's if they are putting Veigar against you, how do you progress in a game like this when your champion is kind of designed to only be able to progress in sideline? It's tricky, right?
Yes.
So this game looks very hard from the get-go. If you won both sidelines, I think you're in a very good spot. But playing against this is going to be a little tricky. Okay. You straight up beat him up with your ult. Sorry, took a quick sip. Alright, okay, so you do end up killing him here. Oh, he flashed up with a minion. So we just say well played to you. I will say though, and again, I'm gonna put your shoes in Renekton. If you're in Renekton shoes right now, the only way to lose this game as Renekton is by giving you even a chance at 1v1 side lane kills. In the sense that his entire team is winning, so he should just be going for 100% plays, and you just always lose. You don't get a chance to progress.
Yes.
Okay. You might actually beat this. Oh, never mind. He just wants to shoot it. Or doesn't have ult. Oh, okay. This gives you a chance, like a fighting chance, because now look how much EXP you have over anybody else because of all the solo kills you've gotten.
Yeah,
actually the strongest.
That's the reason where that's the reason where I was trying to lead the game. Like I said, like I was behind. Just they didn't take, and I was fighting back. You know, but still didn't know how to
progress this game. It's very tricky.
Do more progress. I want to lead such games. I want to win games like that, but I don't know how because
I don't think you're necessarily super far ahead. So it's still very hard for you to lead this game. So I wouldn't count it out on yourself, right? You say like this game is hard to lead. And one problem that you face as Alois is that if your opponents don't want to die, they don't have to die. So let's take a look at Tap here, right? You have no control anywhere. Your whole team is losing. You're 2 levels down here and a full item down. You are 2 levels down here. And your bot lane, let's say, is... I mean, they're not even. You're 2 dragons down. And both of these champions can hold you in side lane. Because you're not on 2 items yet, and they are already on 2 items.
Yes. You said I delayed my power spike.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily an issue, because the Brem was a good purchase. The point that I'm getting towards is, when you're leading a game, you have to actually be ahead of the gold and or EXP curve to be leading the game. This game, you're even. So you can't really progress this game by yourself. Let's say you were level 16 right now and 3 items, we're talking different. Then you are in a leading position. But that's not the case here. Because these guys are actually stronger than you, both of them.
Okay.
So I don't think you can progress in this game. I think it's too hard.
Okay.
Do you want to watch the game, or this is kind of just like it?
I think I tried to side lane, but yeah, then it's...
I mean, your whole team just can't really play, right?
Yeah, 1-9 mid lane. I think that's the game then.
Yeah.
Like, but it's good that you tell me that because in my opinion I was so far ahead, but like you said, it wasn't that far then.
No, you were barely ahead.
Okay, that's good to know for me then.
Yeah. Okay. Let's watch the last game too then, because I'm interested.
Okay.
You said it's 4-10 something, right?
Yeah. Yes. I think I'm losing against. Also, I just gave you a clip of Mundo because my chat wanted to see it.
Oh shit!
In Discord? Just bonus for you. I just gave you it on Discord.
Yeah, let's take a look.
It's like my most famous clip right now. It's hilarious.
Okay, what's going on? Wait, why can I not play it?
You have to click on the link, I guess.
Oh, give me a second. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yes, it's like that's a lot of meme pages just uploaded it. It's just yes.
Oh no, wait, you're not gonna kill him, are you?
Yeah, just watch.
Wait, why are you playing with Fleet, my guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the last kill I'm hitting, I guess.
Oh no.
I was even with a German top challenger in the call, and he was not trying to love.
Oh no.
Ich kann ihn nicht töten, was ist das? Ich kann ihn nicht töten. And a huge League of Legends meme set just uploaded on TikTok.
Holy my god. Oh, you're in Fleet because you're laying against Cannon, I can see it. Oh man.
But I missed, I think, 4 Qs. I just hit 1 Q and that's it. I think if I hit 2 Qs, he's dead.
Banger.
Yes.
I know, I've been there.
Okay, I think it's 4-10. At 4-10 should be the, like,
this one.
To be fair, I tried a new item build. I played with Grasp. Yep. And yes, I tried the Heartsteel stuff.
Okay.
We in the end, like we just reviewed like the start, and I want to show you the middle and the end because I want to ask if that's like the reason because I went full tank. We could turn the game. It's just a question, or if I could do it with a different build also.
Well, one thing I would look into when you're saying full tank is you're probably building a lot of HP, right? And then I would look at yeah.
Yeah, yes, like you said, you're watching the enemies and then you think what you're building.
Exactly, because
But I want just to try it. Like I just told my stream before. Next
Oh,
game
okay. I see,
we
yeah.
tried set hard seal. It wasn't even on the like there was not scouting the enemies or something. It was just said, okay, let's try it one time. I go grasp. I go hard steel set into Titanic Hydra into I think we built Styrex the third one.
And then
And
Blood Mill or something.
Yes, and then we have to look how the thing is working.
I think this build can work, by the way, but you want to itemize this into team comps with very few percentage health damage. And this game, they don't have that much percentage health damage, so their top side, these two, don't have percentage health damage. But Yon gets it through Blade Rune King, and Kai'Sa has it in her passive or something. Bro, she just has everything. So, these two guys can kill you. These guys, this guy, this guy. These guys can't kill you when you go this build. So that's the way to see it, kind of. Alright, let's see. Okay, so she's playing Longsword 3. And if you have bone plating and E, buddy, I want you to be ripping her face apart. Good spacing, but why are we not punishing? See, the thing is here. What does she have after using 2 Qs?
One more Q.
And what else?
Nothing.
Yeah, you have 50 million auto attacks in your passive and your E. Beat that bitch up. Right here.
Okay.
Like, you should start right-clicking her right now, standing in between here, E-ing her. Okay, she's gonna Q auto you. How much does that matter?
How? I mean, that's your main champ. How long is the cooldown if you use 3 Qs on me?
So the Riven's cooldown starts on her first cast.
Ah, it already starts there, even
Yes.
if you recast it.
Yes.
Oh, holy shit! I didn't know that.
So what Riven?
It's not like the Aatrox. It's not like Aatrox Q where the cooldown is getting longer if you use 3 Qs.
Yes. It doesn't. So on Riven, it always goes on the first cast. So that's why Riven, what she can do is like she can Q, hold it as long as possible, Q, hold it as long as possible, and then Q at the end again, and then it actually is a much lower cooldown. It's I think 13 seconds normal, and depending on how much time she like uses between her cast, it goes on a shorter cooldown towards the end, right? I believe if you full delay it, it gets 6.5 seconds level 1. But here, if you see, right, she uses Q1 and Q2 pretty much in the same sequence. So now if you E her, she's gonna have a 12 second cooldown, 11 second cooldown on her Q.
Okay.
This guy should get ultra punish, you see? I think you're just not
Yes.
aware enough how hard you can punish. Like, I would go as far as saying that she was almost dead in this trade.
Oh.
Because you can auto. What is she gonna do? Start running, right?
Yes.
You E her back, stun her, auto. I mean, there's nothing she can do against that. You don't have to initiate the trade with E, right? It's just a matter of, I know I'm going to trade, so you're already walking up here. And then auto, E, auto, and maybe one more time. Oh, good. We move on. She's gonna hit her level 2 first. And you can't really trade much into her. I'm very curious to see how it's gonna be like for you once you start playing aggressive. Like, I know you're gonna feel a massive difference in your gameplay. Okay. 2 means for level 3, so careful, she's gonna hit it right there. And you do too. I sense in your gameplay that you're kind of just waiting till you have that level 3, and then you're like, okay, now I can start trading.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it in your movement. You instantly start walking towards her the second you hit the level 3. Okay. Vice top side. Okay, I think you weren't aware. That's completely fine.
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, you're locked in on the wave. I even have that sometimes. Completely fine. You're slow pushing this.
And then he's overstaying the bush, and I have to trade XP the whole time.
Yeah, this is annoying. Super annoying.
Yeah, I think he cancelled 3 times his back.
Yeah, so you don't want to hard push here because you don't want to share the XP, right?
Yes.
But if you don't hard push here, you also don't get the crash in.
Yes.
So you kind of have to hard push here, you see?
Okay.
Because if you slow push, you're going to get in this position that you talked about with me that you kind of hate being in. Look. And how do we see this? By checking our next wave, you remember? So by you slow pushing this, you're giving this chance of this wave to creep up. And then now, because you kept on slow pushing, it's actually going to be stuck in front of your turret here. And now you're cooked. Now there's nothing you can realistically do. Besides, I guess, Jarvan leaving you alone. Okay. Now, I would pop your potion here again to make you as like healthy as possible so you can get this wave in.
Mm-hmm.
Or you recall right now.
Okay.
Because his wave would somewhat bounce back towards you, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you've kind of given that option away. But, okay, you put your potion, you get your level 5, you're regenerating a lot. Okay, not much happening. Same concept here. What's happening with the wave state right now? It's a very interesting question.
It's freezing in front of him.
Yeah, that's what you would assume on this frame, right? But what's gonna happen is his minion wave is arriving much further, correct? But much faster. So all of these 5 minions are going to be dead, and maybe 2 of your minions stay alive, most likely. Of his minions, rather. Sorry. So all 5 of yours die, and maybe 2 of yours, or 1 of yours stays alive. So it's actually pushing back towards you as a result. Because he's going to have 1 or 2 more minions on the next wave. So let's take a look. If you were to not interact with this, Riven would kill this, and you see that like your minions are dead now, and 2 of his casters are pretty much staying alive. So you actually would have 10 minions on this wave, and you would only have, or sorry, he would have 9, you would have 7. You see what I mean? So in this scenario, what you could opt for as well is actually base teleport right now. And then Riven can't play this bounce in because you're gonna spend 1k gold to get like a pickaxe refillable, and she cannot get this in.
Okay.
So if you base TP right now, I think Riven's game is very hard to play. So that's kind of how you can cheat that recall timer in with the teleport. Because from her perspective, she doesn't want to start recalling now, right?
Yes.
So you would just stand in this bush, channel your recall, and then just play the bounce. Looks like she got a level 6. Beautiful timer. I think you can actually kill her.
I could kill it, eh?
Yeah. You W right here. You do auto, Q, Alt. I mean, you probably win. Maybe you don't. Maybe you wouldn't actually. It'd be very close. You do auto, Q, Alt, E, and other attack, but I'm not sure if that would kill because of Grasp. If you had Conquer, you would win. But with Grasp, I'm actually not sure. Oh, Giant's Belt first recall is crazy, bro.
Yes.
Like pacifist gameplay. Okay. We're gonna go through this.
It's like because I go for a hard steal.
Yeah, I understand. I just had to memorize that.
I think that's the reason why I told my stream also here. I think if I go a different build, I kill him here.
Yeah, no, 1,000,000%. If you have Conqueror or anything, like this guy is 1,000,000% dead.
Yes, I think he get yes.
That's okay. Jarvan is here with Vice counter ganking. I think this can be good. Unlucky. She's gonna get her Eclipse, so you're gonna hard push this. I wouldn't stay for plates. Very good, so good discipline by you here, right? This time you didn't overstay for the plate.
Yes.
And now...
Sometimes I see it. Sometimes I don't see it. Sometimes I see it.
Yeah, and now the only thing I'd want you to do is basically lane here. Slow push this, hard push next, get your hard steal, base teleport back so you have your item.
Okay.
Right, the faster you get to your item... Yeah, sorry.
Just a question. Can I also like try to get pushed in here? Try to force him into a fight, but don't die. Base and go back to the lane so I get advantage for the lane?
You could, but I think that isn't like... Yes, but I think it's also pretty hard to replicate that because you can get caught in all-in pretty fast, like so.
I know, but sometimes I'm trying that. Just
yeah. No, it's good thought process, but now you kind of did that, right? You got her ult and ignite out, but I would have base teleported and then gotten your hearts too. There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful. But yes, you can look for that, 100%. You just do so little damage with the setup, I guess.
Yes. I also fucked up a little bit. The W here. and I just leveled Q too often. I just have to start with W, I think, in this comp.
I see. I just don't think this build is realistically good.
Yes. I tried it. You see in the late game? Then I just have two questions, and then you see why I thought in the late game it is pretty good.
Okay, I can see that, but then what I think you could do is reverse the order in terms of like, so you go Strikebreaker, Heartsteel, and then go Food Tank.
Okay.
So you kind of get best of both worlds. Or maybe Cleaver, because you get still the Pickaxe and Phage. Sorry. What do you want to say?
Is Heartsteel second item still fine because you have to how do you say it, scale it?
Yes, it would still be okay. I guess, yeah, if you go Heartsteel Rush, it's more efficient because you can stack the health faster, but like you got 100 HP right now. I think if you're further ahead in the game because you rushed Strikebreaker, so you're better in the game, the second you get your Heartsteel, you can also proc it easier. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So because you're in a better position, because you went like a more optimal build, you can use the Warmogs once you start having it. Same thing on Mundo. I go Warmogs into Heartsteel, right? Because you're gonna be stronger by rushing Warmogs. So you can get the Heartsteel stacks anyways.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
Okay, man, this game, like, from now, we're just kind of chilling. And I guess once you start getting your Titanic, you're gonna be a little bit stronger.
Yes, but not that hard, I guess.
I mean,
like the game was lost. We just got, I think, Aurelion Sol just scales.
Is this a game you win?
Yes.
Classic, bro. Classic top lane.
Like you still get my Titanic.
Oh, they have Soul.
Yeah, they got all Drakes. They even got later on, like there's one fight we play at Nexus. And they got Baron and Elder, and they can't finish.
Oh my days!
And that's the question. If it's, I think I do a triple kill here right now. Wait, is this? Yeah, I think that's the thing. I do a triple kill.
I'm waiting for a boss build. Like, I'm waiting for the damage. I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah. I think that like the build is not. It's only for the W max.
Yeah, it's just suboptimal. So I would always advise against it. Like in the later stages of the game, I guess like I can see why this build would start dealing damage, right? Okay, you actually get a triple kill here, but the amount of games we're going to be in that position.
I know.
Yeah.
Like I won't play it again, but there's one play at the Nexus to just go for team fight at the Nexus.
I'm curious. Oh, probably here. Because you randomly got a lot of kills. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think if you reverse the order of your items, this build can work. Just don't go Heartsteel Rush.
Okay.
You also know how your ult works, when if you ult a person with a lot of HP, your ult is more. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but
this one was crazy.
Yeah. Okay. That's the end already. I thought they got Drake and Baron. I think it's earlier because that's the end.
You won the game from this. What the fuck?
Yes. If you just go a bit.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Further.
Sorry, you get 5 assists here. Okay, they have Baron. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, here, that's it.
Oh wait, they do have Elder. Yeah, they do have Elder.
Yeah,
right?
they got both Elder and. But let's have a look how tanky I am.
Dude, the anticipation is high right now. I'm gonna be honest. You built this moment up, like you've hyped me up. I'm curious what's gonna happen.
You think that's
okay. It's a banger. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But
I think that's the only thing because I'm so tanky.
That's fair. But
I won't build that anymore again.
Yeah, I think this can work. Just go reverse order, and then it's fine. Banger.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would die there, and I think we lose the game.
Yeah, but it's like this reasoning is a crazy reasoning because what if you had good build and you solo killed the Riven 3 times and you'd be in their base right now?
I know. That's the reason why I won't build anymore. Like you're clunky. Like my attack speed is.
Yeah, you're
like
just useless.
-1. Yes.
All right, boss. So I think I yapped a lot, and you probably have a lot of things to start working towards and start implementing in your gameplay. Do you have any questions in general?
Can you give me what you write down maybe in Discord?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, I'll write that down and just copy to you on Discord. And other than that, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Likewise, man. Thank you for the opportunity. Wishing you a good luck on your League of Legends journey. I'm very curious to see how far you can push it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out whenever. And yo, good luck on your journey, man.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe like in a few weeks, I will show you a new gameplay, and then you can see if I
aggressive chef.
Yes, if I could convert what you showed me, or maybe you got some new things to teach me.
I would love to see that. If you start winning your lane, let's say more consistently, then we can start teaching you how to better approach the mid to late and expand your lead from a winning laning phase position.
Okay.
Take control.
So you think I should start most likely more with Blade, or only if
situationally, but I want you to have the mentality of trying to win your lane instead of being satisfied by going even.
Okay. All right. I tried it.
All right, perfect, man. I will. I've recorded myself, but it's also on your stream. But I'll